Hi, what's up, everyone? My name is Young. Thank you for tuning in again. And there's something I've been thinking about lately a lot. Um, why there aren't even nearly enough women in music, especially in the technical side. I recall how I started for more than 10 years ago. And I think the biggest challenge for me at the time was all those technical terms. And those things really scared me at first. After spending so many years learning and then finally figure out it's just another term. So I wanted to build a bridge between the terms in beauty world into the professional audio world so that we can also share the similarity of certain tools that we use in daily mixing or music production so that I can draw more young ladies in, make them feel less intimidated about the terminology. This is something I really wanted to share. It's been in my mind a lot. So today I wanted to share with you how I mix a vocal using only the beauty terms. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. All right, before I start, I really wanted to thank you all for subscribing to my channel. That helps me a lot. If you haven't already, please hit the little subscribe button down below. And then if you like the video, feel free to share with your friends and all the fellow ladies out there. All right, so without all this talking, I'm gonna jump right into it.
So, here's a song I produced, and it's top-lined by the incredible Gina. I've linked her channel down in the description box below. Make sure to check her out. Alright, I'm gonna show you a little bit of what we're working on today. So here's the song. I'm gonna play you from the pre-chorus.
Strike a match, burn it down. Paint a black different town. Guess now we're having fun. Son of a loaded gun. 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 Hold me.
Before I put on any makeup, I would do a full cleanup first so that the makeup would sit really well on my face. So I would do the same thing here. And I will solo the vocal and clean up any room noise, breaths, pops, clicks, and sibilants. And the reason why I like to clean up sibilants manually before I apply any de-esser is because the de-esser plugins will affect the tone of the whole vocal. So if I use it too heavily, it will produce a lot of artifact sounds that I don't really like. And also make the vocal sound very muffled and dirty. So I like to use the EQ to clean up only the sibilants manually, so I have a better place to start with. I know in Melody 5 they have a new feature where they can detect all of the breaths and sibilants so that you can bring those volume down all at once when you just tune in your vocals in Melodyne. I didn't upgrade to Melody 5 because it's expensive for an upgrade. Plus, I'm used to this workflow and I'm super quick on it, so I don't mind manually cleaning up the vocals and I will have more control over it. I will also upload a video to detail demonstrate how to tune your vocals and make sure to check that one out. I will solo the vocals only and then just to find like the little things that I didn't like. So here they go.
Arms bound and eyes closed. I'll walk on your tightrope. Take my hand, no one has to know. In our own little freak show.
Yeah, so right off the back, there's some like noises, and there's also the breath in the beginning that was kind of unnatural. So I'm gonna bring that back out, and then I'm gonna bring down the little breath.
Arms bound and
If you're wondering what this little line is, it's the clip gain line, and how you get access to it is go to the menu under view. Here it says clip. You just click on that little clip gain line. make sure it's there. And now you can just manually draw a point by holding command anywhere, and then started like doing your little volume automation before you actually hit the volume automation here.
Arms bound and eyes closed.
I don't really like the arms and eyes, this S right there. So what I'm going to do is actually I'm going to highlight it, and I'm going to bring the window out. Okay. Sometimes it doesn't do it for me. I just have to go for it. It's the Fat Future Pro Q3 that I wanted to bring it. I mean, any sort of EQ that allows you to really see the analyzer is really helpful, because you really quickly will find where the sibilance is. So I'm gonna, you see where that little pointy thing is? That's where the S is, the heavy S's is. So if I bring it down, and you can see before and after. And it still have a little shine right there. I can just bring it down if I want. So, the little here as well. Okay. See? So much nicer.
Arms bound and eyes closed. Arms bound and eyes closed.
Alright, now I'm gonna do the same thing for the next one, which is the arms.
Eyes closed.
So much nicer. We can see before and after. So before.
Eyes closed.
And then after.
Eyes closed.
So nice. I also created like presets for T and S and C, so that I can quickly recall it. But with the Pro Q3, it's actually pretty nice. Just like where the EQ peak the most, then you probably find where the issue is. So
I'll walk on your tightrope.
you can hear the little keyboard clicking sound because we're in the same room when we were checking, and I think I just hit pause too quickly, and then you can hear the keyboard noise.
On your tightrope.
I'm not mad at it, so let's keep moving forward. Now we clean up nicely, and the last step before the makeup is to draw volume automation on the vocals, because I wanted to even out the overall performance and bring up a quieter sound and bring down those overly loud parts, and put emphasis on certain words so that it draws me into the storytelling. Controlling volume is essentially controlling the dynamic of the signal, and it's kind of like the step of using a face roller or gua sha to sculpt our face. Yeah, so let's just do it.
Arms bound and eyes closed.
Like the close, I would love the close to have a little more focus, and then the tail end a little less. So kind of stretch it a little more.
And eyes closed.
Yeah, even more too, because it kind of like,
And eyes closed. I'll walk.
yeah, I can be even more dramatic about it.
And eyes closed.
Nice.
Strike a match, burn it down. Paint a black, different town.
Yeah, like town, I want it to be a little louder as well.
Paint a black, different town. Guess now we're having fun. Son of a loaded gun.
So let's go to our next step. I will always perform a good tonal correction on the vocals so that it will pop and shine when I put a spotlight on it. My favorite tool for this is the Pro Q3 by Fat Future. If you don't have this plugin, no problem. Any stock EQ plugin with a spectrum analysis in Logic, Ableton, or Studio One is essentially the same thing. Let's continue taking out any more harshness or low muffle parts. Remember, let's be very gentle about this because we don't want to overdo it and keep catching tails. All right, let's put a Pro Q3 on, shall we?
Arms bound and eyes closed. I'll walk on.
Yeah, actually, a little AK, it's a little too harsh. Yeah.
I'll walk on your tightrope.
Yeah, and then let's address that little low mid frequency.
Arms bound and eyes closed. I'll walk on your tightrope.
Yeah, it's when she said walk.
I'll walk on your tightrope. I'll walk on your tightrope. I'll walk on your tightrope.
All right, so much better. You see how little increments that I'm making? It's like less than a dB, but it really makes a difference. That's based on we have like a good vocal recording. And also all of the cleanup we did previously so that we don't have to cut up too much harshness frequency for the overall vocal because you only treat it on that sibilance part. And now everything sounds very nice and even. Let's A-B what we have so far.
Arms bound and eyes closed. I'll walk on your tightrope. Arms bound and eyes closed. I'll walk on your tightrope.
Yep, that high frequency is still there, that shine is still there, but it takes out the harshness, the little pokey, peaky frequency that we don't like. Now my vocals are at a pretty even, clean place. I can start putting compressions on to further shape it. I use compressors to shape the transient and then the overall the dynamic of the sound. It brings character to the sound because every compressor has its own color and sound. It's good to read the history of those classic compressors and learn how they work so that we know how to better use them. Just like different types of makeup brushes or beauty egg sponges brings different results. I will link some of those good classic compressors in the description and feel free to click on them to learn more about them. For vocals, I really love a good tube tag CL1B. So let's put it relatively fast release and then slow attack because I just want a little lift. I don't want it to affect too much.
Arms bound and eyes closed. I'll walk on your tightrope.
Yeah, so with the compression, it's like it adds a little more like air in there and also like give it a little more massage. Let's hear it within the context and then we'll A-B it.
Arms bound and eyes closed. I'll walk on your tightrope. Arms bound and eyes closed. I'll walk on your tightrope.
See how before it was kind of sink into the music, but after I put on a compression, it's just a tiny little compression. It's not even more. It catches a little transient, but it brings the vocal more focused in the mix. So now we get to the most exciting part of the mix is to create the depth to your vocals. Just like putting contour and highlight on your face, it gives so much depth. There are a lot of ways to do it, and the most common way is to put on delayed and reverb to create a room for the vocal to sit on. Because of the contrast between the dry and the wet vocal, it gives you that little dimension. And the moments of the vocal effects are like the highlighters, like throw delay, reverse reverb, or reverse delays, or the other special effects can achieve that highlight effect. Most of the time we call them ear candies. And I will also create another video to further demonstrate how we can create those moments to highlight your vocals in the mix. Alright, that's it for today. And if you like this video, please give me a little thumbs up. It will help me a lot. If you find this video helpful and you want to share with your friends, please just hit the little share button. If you haven't subscribed to my channel and you wish to see more of this content, remember to hit the little subscribe button down below and also hit the little bell button so that you will get a notification whenever I upload a new video. Feel free to DM me on my IG for any further questions. That's it for today, and everyone has a beautiful day, and I will see you next time.